Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Selena Ana and I am obsessed with makeup, and it's been a long time since I filmed a makeup video, so it's gonna be a long one because I'm gonna be a little bit chit-chatty. I just really want to give you guys my tips and tricks and little yeah, just my tips and tricks on like why I do things and how to achieve this flawless beat in less than 30 minutes. Well, 30 minutes. So if you guys want to see how I beat this face, just go ahead and keep watching. Alright, so the first step that I usually do for my everyday makeup is my brows. Well, most days I do my brows, but I'm trying to do them more because they're a little wild. I have to go get them done. So I've been trying to fill them in where they're a little bit patchy. I do have a lot of natural brow hair, so it's not a big deal, but for my everyday, I don't use dip brow. I use dip brow for Instagram, for YouTube, for when I really want my makeup to be like, bam, like she did her makeup. That's when I do dip brow, but for everyday, I use the Brow Wiz. I was gonna say definer, but I didn't like that one. I use the Brow Wiz, and I'm in shade Chocolate. So I just brush everything up. If you're interested in how I do my dip brow tutorial, I do have an eyebrow tutorial on one of my videos. So take my little puerquita. So I just brush them up, and I kind of see where I'm having gaps or where I want to fix. So I really don't like how it's like gappy in the front. So I kind of just stroke lightly. Start here. I know this isn't my eyebrow, it will go away, but I just start there and I just go up and I make it darker right here, and then I just keep following that and I fill in the bottom. The bottom is darkest, and I kind of just wipe off the front, and then I'll brush again, especially in the front because I don't like a line to be there. I kind of like it to be blended. And then I do the top. I don't really worry about right here. I mainly worry about this arch right here. Just fill in stroking motions. I try to mimic hairs, and then I just take it all the way down. And I do the darkest on the outer edge, like that. And then I just brush it through. And then this will get cleaned up, so don't worry about that. But yeah, that is my brow, my everyday brow. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one and be right back. The next thing I usually do is take concealer and I carve out my brows. Yes, I do this every day. I don't know why, but here is my Shape Tape, and I just dab here, dab there, here and there. Just kidding. That's a dad joke. I just take a small liner brush, flat brush, and I take some of the product and I just first draw and shape out where I want it. And I let it dry down just a little. And while it's drying, kind of like pat it in. And then I'll just start shaping. And pull it down. I guess I don't really carve out my brows. I kind of just clean the bottom up because I don't do the top at all. And then with whatever is left on my eyelids, I just take my beauty blender and I press that into my lids. I used to use Tarte Shape Tape as my primer or my base for my eyeshadow, but I've been switching it up lately, and we'll get into that. right now. Let me zoom you guys in so you can really see what's going on in the eye area. Hello. So as you can see, I have my brows done, and I'm just gonna do a super simple everyday look. This is really easy, like anybody can do this. 3 brushes maybe. Before we do all this, I have to put my primer. So I've been using the P. Louise primer. I am obviously Guarita, so I use number 1. This is the P. Louise, I don't know what brush, but it's super big, so I like this one. And I just take a little bit on my lids, just a dot or 2. This literally lasts forever, and my makeup is flawless with it. I love it. And I just dab it in. Now I know this seems like it's taking forever, just we haven't even done much makeup, but when I'm doing this, it takes about 30 minutes to get ready. The eye usually takes me like the longest, 15 minutes maybe, the eyes, and then everything else is super quick. So there we go. And just to make sure there's no creases, I take my beauty blender and I kind of pat it in just a little bit extra. And so now we are going to take our little blending brush, and you could literally use any palette. I guarantee, well, I don't want to guarantee you, but most palettes have these shades, and you can switch up the shades, but I'm just going to be using the Huda Beauty Obsessions palette. This is the warm brown palette. So pretty. I'm just going to be dipping into this shade right here in the corner. Can't see, just this one right here. And we are going to take this a little bit above the crease. So the crease is when you look up, there's a line right here. I'm just going to take it above that line. I kind of already know where mine is, so that's why I do it like this. But we're just going to focus it on the outer corner and pull it in. All right, and we're done. No, I'm just kidding. So that is just the base or transition. For me, I like to put that one on first. I kind of keep it darkest on the outer corner and just right in the middle. That's where I love to keep it the darkest. And then we're gonna take a fluffy brush. This is the JH30 brush. And we're gonna take this like warm orange shade right here. And we're just gonna put that right over and bring it up. Blend this up so it doesn't look like a harsh line. And because it's a lighter shade, it's gonna look a little bit more ombre and blended. And you don't want to be rubbing on the crease, because that's where we want to focus that first color at. So you don't want to be rubbing on the crease. You just want to focus it on the outer edges. Alright, and there is that. So nice and blended. I know it doesn't look like much of a difference, but it doesn't look like one color is super harsh right here. It doesn't look so harsh anymore. So that's what we want. We are just going to take this creamy shade right here. And this is a Morphe, this is the Jeffree Star JS11 brush. And we're just going to pat this on. We're just going to pack this on right on the lid. It looks like a color that would be translucent, but it's not. And we're going to take that up to the crease without cutting the crease, because I don't want a super glam look. This is like a soft glam. And I'm gonna stop it like right when I get to the arch of my brow. All right, and there it is. So then with a Morphe Jeffree Star JS6 brush, I'm gonna take the darkest shade in the palette, which is this one right here. Actually, I'm not gonna go darker. I'm gonna use the same brick color right here, and I'm just going to put this back into my crease and the outer edge. All right, see how by placing that on the outer edge and back onto the crease, it kind of defines and looks like we cut our crease, but we did not. And when you add liner and lashes to this, it's just gonna take it to another level. And this does not have to be perfect at all. It's a super messy look, which I love, because you don't have to be precise at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye and we'll get right back. Okay, so now we are finished with the eyeshadow. I'm just gonna go ahead and put on liner. So the liner that I've been loving lately is the Dagger Tattoo Liner by Kat Von D. It's angled, so it's easier to draw a wing and it's easier for every day. Ouch. I go back and forth between this one and the Benefit Roller Liner. For eyeliner, I do have to get like up close and personal, or I can't do it because I'm literally blind and I can't see that far. So I just first do like that, and when I get to the end, I flick it up as high as I want it or as straight as I want it. All right, and there is one wing done. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one right now, and we'll be right back. Okay, so your wings don't have to be perfect. Nobody is going to be paying that much attention to detail, but you want them to look like sisters, obviously not twins, just like the brows. So here is the shape that I went for today. I kind of went straight with it. I didn't want to wing it up. Because I don't know, I've been liking how this looks lately. So after I have my liner done, I usually put on my mascara. So, handy dandy mirror. And we're going to put on this Benefit Roller Liner Mascara. Alright, so I normally put on my lashes, but lately I've been liking to put them on last, so I'm going to put them on last, but you can definitely put your lashes on now. Yeah, so I feel like lashes are the hardest part of my makeup routine, so I like to save those for last. But yes, so next step would be my face. So I don't want to get super into it because I want to make videos. I want to make like a how-to playlist and how-to foundation, how-to primer, how-to everything, every little step, so I can really get deep into the nitty-gritty and like actually tell you, show you, and teach you my knowledge. But primer is super important, and depending on your skin type and your foundation type, you want to pick a primer that's going to work. That's how you want to pick your primer. So I have been loving the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I absolutely love it. It is so good. Go get a sample at Sephora and you'll see why it is so good. And for foundation, since my skin is so combination crazy, I use a combination of foundations. Right now, I use the NARS Longwear Radiant Foundation, and I'm actually a shade lighter in DeVille. It used to be color Fiji. And then The other foundation that I've been loving is the Juvia's Place foundation. It is super full coverage, which is my favorite because I like to hide all of my flaws. And the only thing with this is it's drying. So I mix the dry one with the moisturizing one and I get magic. So I apply this with a brush, and I've been using this Alamar Cosmetics brush ever since I got it in my BoxyCharm. I love it. It has like these pockets of extra denseness. I don't know if you can tell. It's super dirty. I'm sorry. Yeah, it just has these pockets of like extra dense areas. So I really love that. So I just take one like half pump of this Juvia's, and then I take 2 pumps of this NARS. This NARS pump is like the tiniest amount. It's like half pumps, which I'm okay with. And I just mix it first, and then I go in and start packing it on. I like to use stippling motions first, and then I will blend circular motions on my neck area, because I feel like when you blend like this in circular motions, it tends to leave a thinner finish. Like it tends to pick up less, and I want it to fade. Not fade in color, but fade in thickness. I don't want to be like super caked up on my neck. I just want it to be blended. So that is why I do that. And then I kind of just pinch my brush to get right here. Yeah, and I don't really worry about my under eye and nose area right here because my concealer is going to cover that. So there is one side finished. I'm going to go ahead and do this side now. And this side I take even less, just 1 pump of the NARS and like a half of the Juvia's. Got itchy. Alright, and face is done. Well, foundation. So I guess you could say base is done. The foundation that I've been loving recently all over again is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Too Faced Born This Way concealer. Don't know how I got foundation all over me, but Tarte Shape Tape is still like my ish. I love this so much. It's brightening, so I usually wear this when I have like a full glam. This is when I've been wearing this. This one is more of like a natural finish to me, so I'm just gonna put this one on for today, and I just need like a few dots here and a few dots here. One, and this one, if you think Shape Tape is drying, this one is fast drying. So we don't play with this one. We just go right in. Of course, Beauty Blender. Dampened, not wet, just damp. Like no water should be like coming out when you do that. Take this like all here, and then a little on the side of my nose, and when it's almost dry I take it out just so that it blends in with my foundation. Alright, so we have concealed. And then I don't bake, but I do set under my eye. That's pretty much the only area that I set because my face is so combination. I find that my cheeks are pretty dry, and if I put powder it just shows all the texture. So yes, I've been loving the Huda Beauty pound cake setting powder. I find that it gives like a blurring effect. I don't know if it's just me, but I always apply with a little cotton pad, or not cotton pad. I don't know, like little microfiber thingy, and I get these on Amazon. And then I just press underneath my eye. Just push that in. And I don't take a lot of powder. It's not super powdery, but there's powder on there obviously, and I just push that into my under eye. And then I also take it in my oily areas, which is my chin, around my mouth, and then my forehead. What was that doing that the whole time? And then with a big fluffy powder brush, I just kind of tap everything out. And that is it for my concealer. And the next step that I do is bronze. I don't contour, I bronze. There is a difference. Contour is like super dark, chiseled out. I don't do that every day. I just do that for like Instagram, not even YouTube anymore. Like, I don't really like contouring. But what I've been loving to use lately is this Tarte Parquet Princess palette. I haven't really found my favorite shade, but here's what she looks like. I kind of go in between this one right here, and well, these two are more matte and the other two are shimmery, but I kind of like using this one sometimes. It's a little bit darker, but I go in between these two right here. So I just take this big fluffy bronzing brush by Jaclyn Hill. This is the JH02 brush, and I kind of just swipe on both of them, tap it off, and I start right here, and I go up in circular motions, not a line. And I take the darker shade, which is right here. This is in shade Angle, and I take this and tap my temples. With this product, a little goes a long way. Like, you do not need a lot. And then I like to take the dark one and I just hit it right here under my chin where nobody sees. Kind of make a bigger shadow, so it looks like I don't have a double chin. Kinda. And then I take this angled brush. This is a Sigma. This is like super old brush. Geez, it doesn't even have, wait, I can see an E40 brush. Okay, and then I just take the side of it and I dip it into the lighter shade, and I pinch it right here, and I just hit the sides of my nose, and I kind of bring it up into my eyebrow just so that's blended. And I do the same thing with the other side, and then taking the darker shade Angle and I put it right under my lip. It gives a bigger shadow and makes it look more pouty. Alright, so that is it for the bronzer. Now it's time for blush. I've been loving the Alamar Cosmetics Blush Trio. This is in Fair Light. I've been loving Paraíso, which is the middle one. These two are more summer shades. It's not summer right now, so we're going to use Paraíso. Means paradise. Let's just use this Alamar Cosmetics brush. Why don't we? I'm just going to dip it in right here. And I'm gonna start at the, I'm gonna make this weird face and start at the apples and just go up. I like to flick. Blush doesn't always have to be like super bam, but I feel like it just brings some warmth in. I love blush so much. Like so much. Like, do you see what that did to me? Do you see? I love it. And then obviously I'm going to go in with some highlighter, but before we do, I'm going to hit my face with some setting spray. This is the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. Ooh, it's just low. So I'm just going to put that on, and I'm going to take my clean side of the Beauty Blender, and I'm just going to tap under my eyes and kind of just really push everything in. On my forehead, on my nose, and under. Just push it all in. Push it. Alright, and with highlighter for a natural day, I use two. I use, depending on my jewelry, I know this sounds so crazy, but depending on my jewelry, if I'm wearing gold or if I want to be gold, I use the Anastasia Breezy highlighter. If I'm wearing like white gold, I want to use this Soft and Gentle. It's just very more natural. Oh no, I'm weird. But today, just for YouTube, I want to use this Peppermint Frost because I love it, and any chance I get to wear it, I wear it. But I can't wear this to work all the time. I feel like I have to have a full beat when I wear this because it's so poppin'. But this is Jeffree Star's Peppermint Frost Trio. My favorite one is Igloo Gold, and I like to hit a little bit of this one, Ugly Sweater. You guys. So when you, obviously I want to go dig deeper into a video about this, but when you put on highlight, you kind of want to move around, look at your face, and see where the light hits you naturally. For me, it's like right here, and then it kind of swoops. So right, it goes from low up, and then, so it kind of makes this like L kind of shape, or like curve. So that's where I hit it, and I just spray again. And I take the Igloo. You want to be like super gentle with this. You don't want to rub it in because it's blinding. And I start here, and I just circularly go down and bring it back up, and then I go up. But do you see that? Like I barely hit it. And then just spray again. And then with the Ugly Sweater, I'm just going to hit it right here where I want it the most, like beaming. And then I'm going to take the Igloo Gold down my nose, just right here, right there. And then on the tip, right there. And I take some on my lip, my Cupid's bow. It just really pops out the curves, well, in my opinion. And I take some right here on the forehead, just a little, whatever's left on the brush. And then I take a smaller brush and I put that right underneath my brow arch and take it down. Alright, and then I take the blush brush. I don't apply more blush, but I just kind of blend the two so they're married. And that is it. And feel free to apply more highlighter or more blush, however you like, but for everyday, I like to keep it a little toned down. Alright, and then we're going to hit it with the setting spray one more time, a little further away. And now I'm going to take the eyeshadow that we were using earlier, and I'm going to take the darker shade on a small under eye brush, and I'm just gonna put this under my eyes. Sorry, this is gonna be a long video. Alright, so with an even smaller brush, I'm gonna take the creamy shade that we put all over the lid, and I'm just going to pop that on the inner corner. This is going to brighten it and give it like a nice glow. You can even pop the highlighter to like make it even more glowy. Just pop it there. Glow. Just a small glow. And then lastly, I'm going to apply my lashes. Of course, I'm using the XO Abbey lashes. These are in Aries. These are more everyday, all falling apart. I wore these yesterday. I love her lashes so much. They're so nice. They're handmade, so each pair is different, but they're, you know, they're nice. They're good quality and affordable. So let me pop these on and I'll be right back with the finished look. Alright, so as I was putting my mascara on, I made an uh-oh, and I just wanted to show you guys on camera how to fix this without messing up your makeup. You're going to take a eyebrow brush, preferably a clean one that you don't use as often, and you're going to let that dry, and you're just going to eyebrow brush, spoolie, whatever, and you're going to literally scratch it off. But make sure it's dry, because if it's not dry, you're going to be dragging it around. And just like that, it's gone. And then you don't mess up your makeup. You don't have to use a makeup wipe. And just go back over it with a beauty blender and your powder brush. And it's like nothing. Alright. So my lashes are on, and while I was putting my lashes on, I have a little audience member over here today. My sister, she's watching me. She's judging me with her judgy eyes. And she's like, you just told them that it's your last step. Put your lashes on. You're not going to put anything on your lips? No, I'm going to keep these bubble lips. I'm just kidding. But we are going to put on lipstick. this is the step that I do in the car on the way to places. So I don't really do it on the everyday at home, but we're going to be using these two Jeffree Star shades. I'm going to use Family Jewels all over my lips. Alright, so that is shade Family Jewels, and then we're going to top just the center. We're going to top the center with I'm Nude. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom y'all out so you can really see the finished look. Alright, so here is my everyday glam. I went ahead and popped on some bottom liner. I forgot to tell you guys that too. Bottom liner. No bottom liner. Bottom mascara. So here is the finished look. I also went and switched my bra out for this boss look, because I am a boss. Boss girl. Super easy. Normally takes me under 30 minutes to do, or actually it just takes me like 30 minutes to actually do. And it's so pretty. I'll zoom you in. Alright beauties, so that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you can take some tips with you too. If you're not already subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe before you leave. I would appreciate it so much. I would love to have you a part of my fam. Yes, I would love that so much. And if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. It would mean so much to me, so thank you very, very much. Yeah. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!